Korriban. Korriban is the original home of the Sith species and the birthplace of Sith ideology. Located in the Horaset system, it's a barren, red desert world filled with ancient tombs and overwhelming dark side energy. The Sith loved it because it was basically a giant graveyard of their most powerful lords, radiating pure evil. Originally, Korriban was home to the Sith species, a red-skinned, Force-sensitive race. But when exiled Dark Jedi from the 100-Year Darkness crash-landed here, they took over, declaring themselves gods. This fusion of warriors and sorcerers created the first Sith Empire, with Korriban as its sacred heart. The Valley of the Dark Lords became a burial site for legendary Sith like Marka Ragnos and Naga Sadow, their tombs overflowing with deadly traps and Sith spirits. Even after the Sith Empire collapsed, Korriban remained vital. Darth Bane studied here before founding the Rule of Two. By the Clone Wars, it was known as Moraband, where Yoda faced Sith illusions, including Darth Sidious. Though abandoned, its dark influence never faded. Every Sith, from Plagueis to Sidious, studied its history. Korriban wasn't just a planet, it was a symbol of the Sith's hunger for power. Dxun, the demon moon of Onderon, was a brutal, death-filled jungle world that became a key Sith stronghold. Unlike other Sith worlds drenched in dark side energy, Dxun's danger came from its savage wildlife, constant storms, and the countless warriors who died trying to control it. Thousands of years before the movies, Dxun was home to Mandalorian warriors who saw its extreme conditions as the ultimate test of strength. But after the Sith Empire conquered the region, the moon became a staging ground for dark side cults and Sith warlords. The most infamous was Freedon Nad, a Sith lord who ruled Onderon from Daxon's shadows. His influence led to a series of dark side uprisings, with Sith apprentices using the moon as a secret training ground. Even after the ancient Sith Empire fell, Dxun remained a cursed place. Darth Revan fought here during the Mandalorian Wars, and centuries later, the Sith still used it for dark rituals. The jungle's natural hostility made it a proving ground for Sith and mercenaries alike. If you could survive Dxun, you were strong enough for anything. Though not as famous as Korriban or Exogol, Dxun was proof that the Sith didn't just rely on the Force. They also thrived in the most brutal environments the galaxy had to offer. Mustafar. Mustafar is a lava-covered hellscape famous for one thing: Darth Vader's fiery duel with Obi-Wan Kenobi. But long before that, it was a Sith world steeped in pain and suffering. Located in the Outer Rim, Mustafar was once a lush, green planet before the Sith corrupted it. Centuries ago, a Sith cult called the Legends of the Mustafarians worshipped the dark side here. But the real shift happened when Darth Sidious and Vader turned it into a Sith stronghold. Vader made his home in Fortress Vader, a massive black castle built over an ancient Sith cave that amplified his dark power. It wasn't just a hideout, it was a place where he channeled his pain into the dark side. The lava rivers of Mustafar were rich with dark side energy, especially in the caves beneath Vader's fortress. Sidious encouraged Vader to use the planet's energy to heal himself, but it only made him angrier and more powerful. Mustafar became a reflection of Vader himself, broken, burning, and filled with rage. Later, Kylo Ren came to Mustafar searching for Darth Vader's Wayfinder, a Sith artifact that led to Exogol. By then, the planet had started to heal, with small patches of life returning. But its history as Vader's world, and the place where Anakin Skywalker truly died, will never be forgotten. Malachor. Malachor is one of the most cursed worlds in Sith history. Located in the Outer Rim, this volcanic wasteland was home to a Sith temple housing a superweapon, a device so powerful it wiped out an entire battle in an instant. If Korriban was the Sith's sacred tomb, Malachor was their ultimate battleground. Thousands of years before the Clone Wars, Malachor was a major Sith stronghold. Jedi forces attacked it, leading to a massive battle between the two sides. But the Sith had a secret weapon, a kyber-powered superweapon built into their temple. When it was activated, it petrified everyone on the battlefield, leaving an eerie graveyard of Jedi and Sith statues frozen mid-combat. The temple became a place of death, soaked in dark side energy. During the Imperial era, Malachor was rediscovered by Darth Vader's Inquisitors. Ezra Bridger, Ahsoka Tano, and Kanan Jarrus arrived looking for answers, only to find Maul, who had been hiding there, obsessed with revenge. He tricked Ezra into helping him unlock the temple's power, hoping to use it against the Sith. Instead, the battle ended in chaos. Ahsoka fought Vader, Kanan was blinded, and Maul escaped. In the end, the temple collapsed, burying its dark secrets. Malachor represented the cost of the Sith's obsession with power. It was a planet where their hunger for destruction backfired, leaving only ruins and death. Even in its abandoned state, it remained a warning, proof that the dark side always leads to devastation. Ziost. Ziost was one of the coldest and cruelest Sith worlds, both literally and figuratively. Located in the Outer Rim, it was a frozen, barren wasteland that served as a Sith capital after Korriban. If Korriban was the Sith's sacred graveyard, Ziost was their cold, calculating war room. Originally inhabited by the Sith species, Ziost became a major Sith stronghold when the Dark Jedi exiles took control. It was covered in dark forests and ancient Sith temples, making it an ideal place for Sith lords to train, scheme, and fight for dominance. For a time, it even served as the capital of the Sith Empire, replacing Korriban due to its more strategic location. The most infamous event in Ziost's history was caused by Sith Emperor Vitiate. In a horrifying display of dark side power, he drained the entire planet of life, wiping out every living being, Sith, animals, plants, everything. Ziost became a dead world, completely lifeless, leaving behind only cold, empty ruins. This act proved just how terrifying the Sith could be when they pursued ultimate power. By the time of the Galactic Empire, Ziost was long abandoned, but its history was never forgotten. It stood as a warning of what the dark side could do, consume everything until nothing remained. Exogol. Exogol is the ultimate Sith hideout, dark, secret, and nearly impossible to find. Hidden deep in the unknown regions, this storm-covered wasteland was home to the Sith Eternal, a cult obsessed with resurrecting the Sith. It wasn't just another dark side planet, it was the heart of Darth Sidious's final plan. The Sith first discovered Exogol thousands of years ago, using it for forbidden experiments and rituals. Unlike Korriban, which was a graveyard, Exogol was a laboratory of nightmares. It had massive underground Sith temples, cloning chambers, and ancient archives filled with secrets of life and death. The Sith Eternal built an entire civilization in the shadows, preparing for the Sith's return. Darth Sidious used Exogol to cheat death after his fall in Return of the Jedi. His followers transferred his consciousness into a clone body, but it was unstable, forcing them to create new vessels, like Snoke, who was just a puppet. Meanwhile, Sidious built the Final Order, a fleet of planet-killing star destroyers designed to wipe out the New Republic. Exogol was also home to the Kyber crystal mines, which the Sith drained to power their superweapons. These crystals fueled the fleet's planet-destroying cannons, proving that the Sith never stopped seeking ultimate power. In The Rise of Skywalker, Rey, Kylo Ren, and the Resistance stormed Exogol to stop Sidious. In a final battle, Rey used the combined strength of past Jedi to defeat Sidious for good, or at least as far as we know. After his death, Exogol was abandoned, but its legacy as the Sith's final stronghold remains.